G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, Mr. Gem Slipper, 203 not out. What an achievement. You know, I never thought that an Australian guy would be able to knock off the Kiwis at the top of any Super Rugby records, let alone the most capped player of all time. It really is like quite a incredible achievement. It's a testament of Gem Slipper's ability to evolve. Is a testament of him being able to physically challenge himself every year for like over a decade to stay at the top. It's like a testament of just the passion and the sacrifices this guy has given to all of us as fans and Australian rugby, right? I'm sure this guy has opportunity to go overseas and, just like all the Kiwis who end up being too good for the competition in Super Rugby, he chose to stay. He chose to commit himself to the Wallabies, and yeah, he's just been a cornerstone and a foundation for the Wallabies for so many years. And really, the contribution for this guy towards Australian rugby is absolutely monumental. And on behalf of all the Wallabies fans and rugby fans here in Australia, yeah, thank you, Mr. Slipper, and hopefully we'll get you another 10 caps and maybe 20 more caps and get you staying at the top forever, and let no Kiwi ever be able to surpass your monumental achievement. I mean, you're only like, 36? Definitely play another 2 years, I reckon. 2, 3. I mean, Nonu is like, 42 or something, and he's still playing at 43. You can definitely go another 5 years, mate. Definitely keep going. And boy, we are very, very, very proud of you. I wanted to take this opportunity as well to just share a little bit of a story, personal story and memory of my past with Mr. Slipper. This was way back in the day when I played tight end prop for my high school. I played first 15 for my school in Brisbane. And here it is, my jersey. And so, the first round of the rugby season was actually against the Southpaw school down at the Gold Coast, right? And I still remember on the opposite side of me from the Southpaw school was none other than Mr. Slipper with Rob Simmons packed behind him in the scrummaging. Now, I wouldn't say that we lost the scrum or won the scrum. I think that was pretty even. But I'm pretty proud to say that we definitely won the rolling maul, okay? We scored 2 tries in the first half from the rolling maul, and we were feeling like we're going to win the match. And only for the Southpaw school to put the squeeze on us in the second half and beat us in the second half and winning the match. And in the end of the day, they actually won the entire competition. So I didn't feel too bad. Lost the number 1 team in the comp. But, that was just a kind of a surreal moment. I remember that match. It was like the first game I played in the first 15. Actually, like the first game you played in front of a sort of like a crowd where people were chanting and stuff. Just absolutely incredible, like, memory. And I still remember the rolling maul was working so good. At one point we set up a rolling maul and we were just like marching towards the try line, and I just remembered getting punched in the face by one of the props from the Southpaw school. Not saying this is Gem Slipper, right? The guy that lifts the line out at the front at the Southpaw school, if there's a 50% chance it could be Gem Slipper. Maybe it was the tight end prop. I don't know. I don't remember. But I do remember getting punched in the face as I was setting up for the maul. You lift, you come down, and then I turn my face towards the try line to be met with the punch to the face. So, unforgettable memories from the past. And like I said, 50% chance it was from James Slipper. So yeah, Slipper, if you're watching this, feel free to let me know if you punch me in the face, because I'm still trying to figure out if that was you or not. So feel free to admit it or deny it or whatever, right? It will like really settle settle a little bit of settle a little bit of memory that's been in my head for a very long time. And also, I remember in that game there was a fight, a famous moment where my captain, pretty sure he pulled aside Rob Simmons on the sideline, and they just raining down punches on each other, and so there was a big scuffle, and I was just standing there like, God, like, do I want to get into this? Like, people were running in, and referees blowing the whistle, and the two locks was getting into each other, and I just remember turning around. There was a massive Pacific Islander in the school uniform. He wasn't playing in the school uniform. He grabbed me and he said, "Do you want to have a go?" And I was like, "Dude, you're not even playing. Okay? Get off the field." Get off the field. First of all, I don't want to have a go with this guy because it was massive. I don't want to get punched. And second, like, he wasn't even playing, okay? Not really fair for me to get a red card or yellow card or something. And then for him to just be like, I wasn't even playing. And then my team is down to like 14 players and he doesn't suffer any consequences as of his actions. Nah, I wasn't buying that. But the guy that put me aside, I am pretty sure later on I found out, has also become a professional rugby player. And his name is Tapui. And I think he played for the Reds later on. And then I think he's currently playing in South Africa, maybe, in the Currie Cup. But boy, like, I mean, it was just like one of those days where, yeah, it was just crazy memories, you know. I still can't figure out how we lost. And I remember in the post-function talking to the guys, and they were like, yeah, we were like quite concerned at halftime. Yeah, like, we're not sure how you guys, you know, what we're gonna do. And pretty humble, the guys were, to be honest, and they were just, you know, fun bunch of guys. And yeah, just some nice memories from the past. And I just can't believe that the guy that apparently 50% chance punched me in the face is now the most capped Super Rugby player of all time, and 153 Test matches as well. So, boy, what a huge career! And yeah, you know, good memories. And yeah, congratulations, Mr. Slipper. Congratulations. So anyway, let's talk about this match. Brumbies versus the Chiefs. You know, first up, I'm very happy with this performance for the Brumbies. Unlike the last two rounds, the team falling off in the last quarter, you know, against the Reds, the last 5 minutes. Against the Endurers was the last 20 minutes. Just completely falling off a cliff. In the second half of the game was really not a good look, in my opinion. And I think this team, this week, again, crunch time, last 20 minutes, last 10 minutes of the game. And unlike the previous 2 weeks where the Brumbies fell apart, they had to actually catch up in score. And not only did they caught up, they were outstanding. Really applied pressure. It did look like the strategy maybe changed a little bit for the Brumbies to really let go of that, the structure a little bit more. They really open up their, like, really taking a bit more risk in the last 20 minutes, and which is something that I really enjoy seeing. Like the you know, trying to keep the ball alive. I yielded like 2 tries, right? The players, you know, getting tackled, getting pushed out of the bounce, and just quickly keep the ball in play and pop it back in, pop it off the ground, or just like post contact offloads. Just really started keeping the ball alive and keeping that momentum rolling in that last quarter of the game. Saw a lot of a huge turnaround in terms of the scoreboard and performance for the Brumbies, which I was really, really happy to see. And on the other side of the field, the Chiefs, they actually went into the shell, right? They started playing more and more conservative, and the Brumbies opened up as they started taking more risk and started executing things at a higher pace and a higher level as well. And it's how they managed to pull away in this game, which I was really, really happy to see. The Brumbies as well, just the one thing I thought did really, really well in addition to that is the fact that the both teams were having a lot of errors, right? A lot of errors. And despite the errors, the Brumbies kept on pushing, like handling errors, like just little breakdown problems. The Brumbies really tried their best to address those issues, whereas the Chiefs, just really conservative once towards the end, not really able to break themselves out of the same patterns that they were playing at for the entire match, not able to kick themselves into another speed, so to speak. And it's continued with the same errors, whereas the Brumbies fixed a lot of that late in the game to actually win the match. And one of the biggest problem, in my opinion, from the Chiefs team is Damian McKenzie. He's had quite a bit of time off, and this is the second game. I think the second game back. Maybe I'm pretty sure it's the second game back, and you can just see his timing is a little bit off with the players around him. There were so many times where he got the ball. He has a number of options out wide, and he's just like not really hesitant on the pass, and then he gets caught, right? And then suddenly the opportunity is gone, and just really conservative. Again, not really clicking. And you might ask, I criticize the Brumbies for not really pushing their players. Maybe in training, as I, especially when I feel like they're not really pushing Edmid to the, to be at the level of the Wallabies starting 5'8", right? I feel like the Brumbies hasn't been doing that for him. For the Chiefs, you could probably argue that they're not really pushing D-Mac in the same way that you really want to see him to become the next All Blacks fly half. You got to push him, right? Ruben Love, he's going overseas. So, who's going to be the 5'8" after Bowden Barry retires? D-Mac, he has to step up. And once again, the problem that has plagued him for his entire career is not able to kick those clutch penalties in the dying moments of the game to win the game. And once again, he had an opportunity to not win the game, but to click the scoreboard ahead with about 2 minutes left on the clock, pretty much right in front, and he missed this one. Not a particular hard kick, something that most 5'8" would get this 90-95%. He missed right in front. So yeah, and just again, it's something that I just don't feel like the Chiefs has just like I feel like the Brumbies hasn't done enough of a job with Lolosio, and now with hasn't really pushed Edmid. I don't think the Chiefs has pushed Damian McKenzie hard enough in terms of trying to get him really stepping up to the next level to be that championship player that we know he has the talent for, to really become that fly half, that starting fly half for the All Blacks. So really disappointing if you're a Chiefs fan, and I'm sure you'll be asking for some questions there from the management. Outside of that, I thought the Ratma was also a little bit off, or maybe because Ratma and D-Mac hasn't worked for some time. I also look a little bit off the not finding the right options at times, and then some of the passes just quite frankly a little bit average to put it nicely. And when it comes to Edmid, he did not play at all this game. Again, I'm a little bit disappointed because my argument last week for Edmid, it's not like I think he's a trash player. I think he's the reason that, we put him as the starting 5'8" for the Wallabies for the entire November series, for the second test of the Bledisloe Cup, because Joe Schmidt saw some talent in this young man. And quite frankly, those test caps were investments into the player. And I know a lot of you guys saying, what's his name? Meredith is doing a lot better and deserves to be starting for the Brumbies. But, if you don't have a spot for Edmid, maybe he should go to another club where he can get a spot in the starting position, right? I mean, we've invested test caps into this player. I'm sure Joe Schmidt saw talents in this guy, and for him to be on the bench, not even getting any time on the field at all. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure how that's the right direction to go for Edmid's career, and I'm not sure if that's the right things to go for the Wallabies either. And one of the things that Jack DePressini is going to be starting for the Waratahs again next week. Someone as well has been the Brumbies just off the bench for the bench player for his entire life, hardly getting much game time at all. And if the Brumbies are going to build a second 5'8", I'm going to give some attention to the guy that's on the bench. Yeah, maybe Edmund needs to be considered for a different club. You know, to be really frank with you, even a club in New Zealand, if that needs to be the case, right? If there, yeah, again, I feel like it's an investment, and we needed to, the Brumbies needed to do more with it than just having him on the bench and not using him at all. So that's a little bit disappointing. But outside of that, this was a great comeback and a big statement to show that the Brumbies can finish strong and ending that two game losing streak to get themselves back in the win column. Let's have a look at the match stats of the game. 5 tries to 3 for the Brumbies, 531 run meters to the 556 for the Chiefs. 15 turnovers conceded for both teams. The Chiefs though have 32 defenders beaten to the Brumbies 17, so more efficient in defenders beaten, but just silly mistakes, breakdown problems, not able to convert that into points. The Brumbies also had a lot of those problems early on, but they tightened that up a lot in that third quarter, in the fourth quarter of the game. So really, when the time needed, the Brumbies really tidied that up, whereas the Chiefs did not. 131 tackles made for the Brumbies, 32 missed tackles. 160 tackles made for the Chiefs, 17 tackles missed. So much better completion rate for the Chiefs, and the missed tackle count needs to be picked up for the Brumbies. Conversions, 1 miss for the Brumbies, 1 penalty missed for the Chiefs. 24 kicks in play for both teams. 622 kick meters for the Brumbies, 679 for the Chiefs. It's pretty low kick meters, under what's his name, McLennan? What's his name? Not McLennan. What's his name? The previous coach, whatever his name was. I can see his face, but I can't. Anyway, under the previous coach, these kick meters would be like over 1,000 frequently. So the style of rugby that the Chiefs are playing in terms of the kicking game is definitely changing right in front of our eyes. Lineouts, 15 lineouts for the Brumbies, 3 lost. 17 lineouts for the Chiefs, 1 loss. Not great for both teams, but overall, I thought it was quite even. The lineout more, I thought was a bit more structured, better than last week for the Brumbies, but wasn't quite good enough to get a try on the board. The Chiefs, I didn't think they scored any more try either. Did they? I don't think they scored more try either. So both teams were pretty good at defending the more overall. 3 scrums for the Brumbies, no loss. 7 scrums for the Chiefs. There was 1 scrum loss. Can't remember what the scrum problem was. It was Nick Berry, the scrum referee. So probably a bit of 50-50 call there. Penalties conceded, both teams are pretty good. Under 10 is what teams are aiming for these days, even for test teams. So both teams being under 10 is quite a good penalty, quite good discipline overall for both sides in this game. Let's do a quick summary of the tries. So 5 minutes into the game, the Brumbies gets a pretty big start. There was a Lonergan was outstanding this game, unlike last week. I thought it was a bit sluggish. Dummy and go. Lonergan gets through some defenders. So there was a long pass out wide from, what's his name? To Crichton. Who was it? Yeah, there was a long pass out wide to Crichton, who went in for the try. 7 points and 5 minutes into the game. After this, the Chiefs gets themselves back just completely dominant, taking over the dominance. There was a deliberate knock on for the Brumbies, and no penalty was given. The Chiefs just had a scrum, and then the ball came out, spread to the right-hand side. The number 15, Fabling, ran straight up his running line, just ran straight through a gap for the first try for the Chiefs. 7 points to 7. 21 minutes into the game. Josh Lord was able to run through a little gap. He got about 5 meters short. There was quite a bunch of pick and drives, and then Fabling crashed over once again for the second try. 14 points to 7. Just before halftime, in typical Chiefs fashion, being pragmatic. I mean, this would be a perfect chance to go for the try. Penalty, clock goes red, the buzzer goes, and Damian McKenzie goes, gets the tee on the field and kicks 3. I noticed as well, this was right in front of the goalpost, and Damian McKenzie, when the referee turned around, pushed the ball forward like another yard. So if this was really far out and difficult angle, I can see you do that to give yourself a bit of advantage. But this was literally right in front of the goalpost, maybe 15 meters out, and he still tried to push the forward like half a yard or a yard, like to try to give himself a bit of advantage. Go watch the replay. He did that when the referee turned around. I just felt like it really. Do you really need that little bit of advantage to like, I don't know how I feel about that, and let me know your thoughts on little shenanigans like that from the players. So second half starts, 56 minutes. The Chiefs' rampage continued. The Quinton Tupaia was outstanding in this game. A lot of turnovers from him out of the 12 jersey, and then eventually 56 minutes he actually he got the ball from the sideline. He ran down, and then the ball got passed in. A bunch of passed into, I think it's what's his name, Fabling, this guy, Sim guy, and then Fabling passed it to DMAC, who was in good support line, running for the try, 24 points to 7, heading into the final quarter. Yeah, I thought this was gonna be a loss, to be honest, but the Brumbies, never gave up and got themselves back in. And sure enough, the man on commentary, Michael Hoopert, said that the Brumbies need to score, and then immediately the Brumbies got that. Maybe they heard what he was saying. So there was a scrum about 10 meters out from the try line, in the corner near the sideline, and then the ball went out to the back. Meredith just took went for a dart into the corner, and he got put. Was it Meredith? He was getting pushed out, and he just quickly released the ball back in field before he was pushed out, and it was scooped up by Lonergan, who jumped in for the try. 12 points to 24. 63 minutes in the game. The man that seems to be scoring every week, Charlie Cale, gets another one for the try. There was a Brumbies, a lot of work midfield, just pick and dry. There was the Chiefs defense wasn't fronting up to shut down the pick and goes before the advantage line, and eventually got really close to the try line. And then Charlie Cale just looked up, picked and go, went in for the try. 19 points to 24. 69 minutes in the game. There was a Luke, what's his name? I think this was there. I think there was a scrum again or something. But anyway, it was Luke Reimer basically running down the sideline, and he got like tackled short. And then instead of there was a few phases leading into this where the Brumbies were taking the ball into contact and not getting involved into the ruck, just either like offloading post contact or popping the ball off the ground to keep the ball rolling. There was a lot of forward momentum and quick ball. And then eventually Reimer ran down the sideline. He got tackled, popped the ball up before the ruck was formed. And then this was, I think, and then they popped the ball. He didn't even pop the ball out. He just like basically rolled the ball on the ground. And then Meredith scooped it up, just ran around the short side again. And none of the Chiefs guys was defending around the ruck on the tiny little short side that was left. And he ran in for the try. 26 points to 24. The Brumbies ticks over by 2. 75 minutes, Damien McKenzie, 76 minutes, had a chance to kick for 3 to take back the lead by 1, and he missed. So, maybe this was expected. Maybe, Damien McKenzie misses these ones quite a bit too often nowadays. And then 78 minutes, it looked like the Chiefs might still win this one. They were building lots of pressure. Damien McKenzie was in the pocket looking for a drop goal potentially. And then there was a bit of a loose ball near the ruck, and the Chiefs was probably 2 meters short, and then one of the players was trying to scoop up the ball to pop the ball up to his player, to the back line, and then Corey Toole saw this, ran up and intercepted the pop up, and then ran 95 meters, 98 meters to score this one and close out the win, definitely for the Brumbies, 33 points to 24. So pretty big win. Congratulations, Mr. Gem Slipper. Thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys tomorrow for more reviews and the Waratahs game against the Blues. Oh, go Bowden! The Bowden. Seriously, if Bowden Barrett kicks a 50-22 with a banana kick, I am going to lose my freaking mind tomorrow. Okay, I swear to God, the banana kicks on Bowden Barrett was bit too ridiculous last weekend, and hopefully the Waratahs shut that down. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Cheers.